Hello, sunshines. Welcome to BunniPhish Crafts. I'm your host, Heather, known as BunniPhish on Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon. Today is Sunday, the 5th of March, 2023, and I think this is episode 7 or 8. I don't know. How have you been? I have been weirdly busy with life and not so much with crafting, which is why I've missed some number of weeks. I don't even know. I'm sorry. I recorded an episode when I was supposed to last, and then I just never edited it. So yeah, that's how that's going. And now I'm not going to edit it because I'm just not going to. Because I won't get this out to you if I have to edit both. So let's just go with what's current. I'm not going to talk about everything that I was working on in previous episodes, because I just haven't been knitting that much. I am a technology teacher at a K through 8 school, and right now we are doing refresh, which this year means that 343 student computers are being replaced. So it's a whole process, And that started this week. So I just haven't had brain space for crafting. I'm thinking that I might start 2 very simple vanilla-ish type projects to just have. And that way I can just work on super vanilla things. But we'll see. The sock, the unique tube sock, I don't have that, but I have put in a bunch of progress on it. I left it at school though, so I'm not going to say that I'm going to take a picture and insert it, because I'm not. I'm going to edit this today so it can get up today. Otherwise it won't get up. So I'll just show that to you later. And I have been working on that a little bit at school, but it's at a place where it's not completely mindless. And I realized that I made a mistake. I offset, when I went to start the first ribbing pattern, it's on either side. There's just like 2 purl stitches that run up either side of the foot. When I did that, I didn't do it correctly. I offset it by 2 stitches. So now where I'm at, the ribbing is not correct by 2 stitches on either side. So I figured out what I'm going to do to fix that. I just have to get there. So yeah, that was a thing. Anyway, let's talk about knitting that I do have that I can show you. I finished the first Cuff It Good sock. So here it is. I don't remember if I had this finished last time I saw you, but the first one is completely finished. I just need to weave in ends, and I'm going to block them so that they look nice. I will insert a picture of that because that's happening pretty immediately. So yeah, the first one is finished, and the second one, I'm on the toe, so nearly finished. The socks match all the way to the toe. I had this much of the yarn wound off from splitting for the second sock for the stripe repeat. So I just decided, I had this much left after doing this toe. So I just decided I would use this nugget to do this toe, and they'll be close enough to matching. It doesn't really matter. Toes will be in shoes. So yeah, it'll be fine. But this sock will be finished today because it's a sport weight sock and the toe will go quickly. So I will put in a picture of these finished at the end of this video, where I normally put in random pictures. The other thing, and this is exciting, the other thing is I am so close to finished with this baby blanket. Uh-oh, I left it in the middle of a row. I'm so very close, not quite the middle of the row, close to an end. So I'm just going to go ahead and knit to the end of the row. The yarn that I'm using for this is Cascade 220 Superwash in the colorway 24 for the main body, the color 72 for the heart motifs, and then a Manos del Uruguay Alegria Grande in, I don't know if I have the tag for that one. I don't think I do. I have another skein of it, so I will put I'll put the color on the screen. And so the white and the light pink are, the white is used in the cross motif, and then the light pink is going to be the first set of border, the first border color on the blanket, and then the white is going to be the main edging. The pattern that I'm making is from Cali Baby Chic. It is called Paris Baby Blanket, and I have reached the end of my row, so I will show you. Here we are. There's the motif in the center. So from this heart right here, oh, you can't see that. From this heart right here, right? Meow. I need 5 diamonds. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I am closing up the 5th diamond right now. So my goal is to have this part of the blanket finished today. And maybe start the border today. Because if I can start the border, I think I could finish this blanket this week. And I'm meeting up with the person who commissioned it on Wednesday or Thursday. So the border is crocheted. So it's going to go way more quickly than the body did. Because that's just the nature of crochet. So I'm trying to focus on this. Because yesterday I hung out with my sister. She came to the yarn shop and we hung out. And in between tasks at the yarn shop, and then I went to her house after. So yesterday I knit probably 3 repeats on this blanket without even really trying. So half of a repeat, less than half of a repeat should be totally doable today. I should totally be able to accomplish this. And that would be so very exciting because this has been taking up so much of my creative time and like energy, right? So I'm excited to be almost finished with it. I do have ends to weave in still on the back, but that won't take me too long. So yeah, I'm going to work on this a lot today and hopefully finish it. If I do, I'll put in a picture or whenever I get around to editing this, because I'm not immediately going to edit it. I'm pretty sure I said that, but that's not true. Tonight at some point, if I think about it, I will take a picture, put it at the end. We'll see. We'll see if I do or not. I don't know. I can't promise that, but I would like to. So yeah, those are the things that I've been really working on, and the unique sock, which you'll see next time. I haven't really worked on anything else, but I did get 2 really lovely presents. Do you want to see? Look at this. I don't know. Can you see? I don't think you can see. My sister's boyfriend etched me a couple things. This one was a surprise. I didn't know this was coming. So this is a glass and it's got a BunniPhish on it, like the logo. It's super cute. I like it a lot. And then here is, oh, do you see you on a stack of knitting and a knitting bowl? But do you see, more importantly, do you see the flower? Yes, that's my yarn stash over there. So it's just really pretty. It's a mirror with like space for stuff in the back. Mostly it just sits on my dresser right now being beautiful. But it was really lovely. I knew the flower thing was coming. Like, I designed that flower. I'm going to get a tattoo of that on my back in a couple months, and I'm super excited about it. Oh, I haven't gotten a tattoo in so long, and I'm so excited about that one. It's going to be so great. Anyway, I have my appointment set for it and everything. So, yes, I'm very excited about that. Anyway, on to reading. I know this is going to be short. That's what my life is right now, is just like very, very busy. So I have a book that is actually in my car waiting to go to the library, because I am much better about taking things back to the library if they are in my car already. If I don't have to like grab things to go back to the library, they just sit on my front seat, because people don't usually sit in my front seat. And yeah, so it's out there. It's called Co-Conspirators. It's by Veronica Roth, who wrote the Divergent trilogy that I'm obsessed with. And she's written a handful of other books that are all good. They're good. Co-Conspirator is a retelling of Antigone, which, get ready to gasp in horror, theater major self has never read. The Greek tragedies, is it a Greek tragedy? Is it a Shakespearean thing? Like, the tragedies are not my favorite. So I don't know if Antigone was Greek or Shakespearean. Who knows? I don't know. I'm like a terrible theater major. I read just what I had to get by. Loved designing shows. Loved designing costumes and sets. Totally read for all of those. Loved stage managing. Oh, I miss that. And like, man, that stage management background is super helping out on this refresh. I'm like so organized, like crazy organized. Like, I have heard through the grapevine, i.e. my work wife, that some people find it a little intimidating how well refresh is going, because I am a beast at organizational tasks. So good at it. Anyway, I enjoyed the story though. I enjoyed the retelling. It's post-apocalyptic, which I love. And Veronica Roth does very, very well. I know the characters' names because I did read. I read Oedipus Ray as part of one of my classes. It was actually a really fun play. So let's diverge into reminiscing about college. I was in a class where we had to read like a play a week, basically, and the professor made it fun by like having the assignments that we had to do with them really, really fun. And for Oedipus, we had to take the play and turn it into a comic. And I made mine pretty elaborate. But my favorite comic was it was just a 20 panel. It was one sheet of paper, and it was written like a Dick and Jane Reader sort of thing. Very simple, like 3 words per cell to caption it. And it was all done in stick figures. It was brilliant. I loved it. It was so good. And it told the story so well. Amazing. It was so good. It was so good. Anyway, so the story Arch Conspirators was really good. I recommend it if you like post-apocalyptic, if you like tragedy retellings. It was really, really short too. I think it was 111 pages. So well worth the read. And I just love Veronica Roth's stuff. I also have been reading a tiny bit of Arch Enemies. I'm not quite halfway through it yet. It's a big book, so I don't carry it around with me. So it gets read less because it's kind of a book that stays just on my bedside table. But I'm enjoying the story. It is the second book in a trilogy about superheroes, and superheroes are not really my thing. But I want to read the story anyway because I'm kind of interested in the characters. So I'm reading it. It's just taking a while. And then I don't know if I've talked to you about this book at all. This is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Faeries by Heather Fawcett. I am really, really liking this book. So I picked it up on a whim. I picked it up based on the cover because it's beautiful. Just, I couldn't not pick it up. It was just sitting on the table, the front table, when you walk into the library. And I was like, I don't need more books. I have so many books from the library on my shelf already. And I have so many books that I've purchased that I want to buy sitting on my shelf already. And then I was like, yeah, but I need that one too. So I picked it up and I'm glad I did. I wasn't sure what I was in for because I picked it up solely based on the front cover. I haven't read the back at all because I don't read the backs of books. I just pick them up based on covers and titles and book recommendations from other people. But I'm really, really enjoying it. It is about a woman. It's in 1909 is when it takes place. It starts on October 20th and it's written as a diary. This woman is a researcher into Fae folklore, and she is what is that? What's that word? Collecting is not the word I want, but it's the word I'm going to use. Stories and research and stuff about fairies and making an encyclopedia. And she's been working on it for 10 years. She's traveled to, where is it? I don't know how to say this. Ljosland. Somewhere in the Netherlands. And she's gathering all this research. And I was a little nervous when I picked up the book that it was just going to be kind of like just research, just gathering stories, but like fairies don't actually exist in the book, but they do. And it's very exciting. And like there's like common fairies and then the courtly fae, and it's not like Holly Black's books where like you're with the fairies and you're in it and you're in the court. It's not like that. It's very different, but it's still really, really interesting. Like this takes place so far fully in the human world. There's no traveling to the fairy realm, but there are fairies who are characters in the book. So there is a little bit of interaction, and that's super fun. I'm liking it a lot, and I'm enjoying the style too. Like the the researcher, she goes to this place, and she doesn't know very much about it, and she's like studied how to speak the language and stuff, but she's not great at it. And the place that she's staying is very rustic, and she is not a very rustic person. So there's like a comedy of errors in that. And she has, I don't know. I'm going to stop before I like say too much because it's really, really good. And I am enjoying it immensely and definitely recommend it. If you like period stories, if you like fairies, it's so good so far. I'm really, really liking it. And even though I know that I don't have time to read at school, even though I know this to be true, I still take it around with me as an emotional support book, and it just sits on my cart, and I know it's there, even though I can't read it. It just sits on my cart as I move around classrooms. I'm really, really enjoying it. Oh, I finished out NaNoWriMo only like 2 days late. Maybe 1 day late. I don't exactly remember. I definitely didn't finish writing all of my letters and postcards in February, but I think I finished them on March 1st. Maybe March 2nd. But like I made the push, I did it, I wrote the things, and thank you so much everybody who sent me your address. I had so much fun writing it. Thank you so much for those of you who have written back. That's been equally exciting. I have not written response letters to those letters yet, but I'm thinking I might write one today. Again, life is crazy and refresh is taking up like all of my mental space and stuff, but I'm hoping that I will respond to a letter today. I think that I can do it. That's my plan anyway. All right, friends, I hope that you are doing pretty well. We are doing okay. It's that like weird time in spring where Michigan can't decide if it wants to be warm or cold. Like we had an ice storm on Friday evening that we had an early release from school. I didn't leave I left a little early, but I didn't leave as early as other people because it didn't start snowing until like well after we were home. Not well, okay. I don't know. We got home at like 3:15. Even though dismissal started at 1, like I stayed because refresh, and I was like, ooh, people aren't in the building. This is a good time to get things done for this computer. And it hadn't started snowing. I don't think it started snowing until almost 4. So we were home in plenty of time to be safe and cozy. But yeah, we had an ice storm, and now today it's like 40 something, and almost all of the snow is melted. Anywhere where the sun hits for a significant portion of time, the snow is melted. So there's almost nothing there. Anyway, I managed to ramble and make this way longer than I thought it was going to be. So I do hope that you're doing well in whatever season you're going in. And actually, one last thing. This week has been pretty rough, like mentally for me. Like I've cried so many times, like I'm exhausted, and there's like personal life stuff going on that I don't want to talk about. But it's been really hard for me and for like several people who are really close to me have also been like mega struggling this week. So I just want you to know that if you are also struggling, if things are going hard for you, you're not alone, and find people that you can reach out to, because my friends have been super invaluable this week. Like my best friend has also been having a really rough week, and we've literally been just trading back and forth like stuff about how we both feel terrible, but it's nice to like be in company with the feeling terrible, because then we're both, because the thing is I'm able to separate myself from my feeling terrible to be like, oh, I'm sorry, that's so tough. How can we fix your problem? Like, what do you need? Do you need help? Do you just need someone to listen? And like, I would actually never say, how do we fix your problem? Because that's not how I talk. But like, I think it, like, I'm like, what are some things? And so it's been really nice to like get out of my own headspace to help someone else. and then she gets to get out of her own headspace to like listen to me. It's been really, really nice. So I hope if you're not feeling well, you have someone who you are comfortable reaching out to. And I also hope that if things are not going well for you, you have someone who will be like, hey, I haven't heard from you in a little bit. How's it going? How are things? Because I have people who do that to me too, for me too, I guess. Because when I'm not feeling well, I tend to stop communicating. It's a thing that I do. So yeah. I'm going to try to be here again next week. But I can't promise that because like things are super heavy right now. I'm okay, but other people around me are not, and that's hard. So I'm going to go work on this baby blanket and get some stuff done, like some schoolwork and stuff. And go be a productive member of my household. So I love you all. I hope that you are doing your best, and I hope that you take time today to do something that makes you feel better or fulfills you in some way, makes your cup more full. Any of those things. I hope you take time for that. All right. I love you. I'll see you soon. Bye for now. It's giving enchanted forest, could be a fairy around any corner vibes.